Sure, yeah. Well, I thought it was a heck of a ball game. We scored all 4 of our runs with 2 outs. And in baseball, timely hitting is kind of the key. Good pitching is key to winning, and that was certainly the case for us today. Luke Waters, a senior, comes up with a big hit there in the 7th to give us the lead. And Dylan Brown and Ben Moore, 2 junior lefties for us. They were just fantastic today.
All right, Dylan, question for you. I mean, outstanding stuff out there. What was kind of the game plan going in? You got to go up against a tough lineup, but how did you kind of feel like you executed today?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I go out there, it's just throw up as many zeros as I can. I feel like I did that pretty well today. So it didn't really change much, depending on like the lineup that we were facing. It was just go out there and do my thing, and everything would work out.
And do you think there was any kind of confidence boost at all? You guys come out in the first inning, scratch one across, take an early lead. I mean, how much confidence does that give you moving forward in the game?
Oh yeah, that's always amazing to get the early runs. Just the run support, it's going to be there. Eventually, just keep throwing up zeros, and it'll come.
And then, Coach, for you, you mentioned timely hitting. In the postseason right now, in the double elimination bracket, you're fortunate to not play yesterday. Playing today, that's all you can really ask for your team. How do you build that momentum going forward?
Yeah, I mean, you got to win the one you're playing. You can't go 2-0 unless you go 1-0. And we threw 2 of our best bullets out there today, and the guys pitched great. I mean, 11 strikeouts, 1 walk. And I thought Dylan, we were going to get him after 6, and he said, I got 1 more in me, and we said we'll compromise to get back to the top. We'll bring Ben in. And, he finished super strong, 111 pitches. And then it was just time, I think for Ben to get in there. And just like last year here, I mean, Ben's throwing wiffle balls out there at 95, so it's tough to square that up when he gets it going like that. He's hard to hit. And, those 2 guys together are pretty tough for any team, I think, to match up with.
Yeah. Joe Healy, you won baseball, been 7 up, 7 down, doesn't get much better than that. What was the key to being that effective and that efficient?
I knew I'd be coming in the later end of the game looking for a win, and really just taking 1 pitch at a time, not thinking about the next guy, next pitch, next inning, just being 1 for 1 in my approach and just focusing on the pitch and thing.
And then Dylan, for you, with that 2 spot in the 3rd, they put up on you. What was was there a reset for you or something that that you came out with in the 4th to kind of settle back in and put up those last 3 zeros or what have you?
Yeah, with that for me, it was just going back to my anchors, knowing what I do best, and kind of just getting a feel for all mile speed again. A little lackage of that in the 3rd inning, but I was able to recuperate after that 3rd inning and then throw up 3 zeros.
Coach, was there something about was it just a matter of that you stacked lefties, a matter of just those guys being 2 of your best bullets, or was there something in the matchup you liked with lefties?
Well, our 3 best guys are all left-handed, and, we kind of moved some guys around last weekend, and Dylan and Ben both pitched great against Coastal, and we struck out 15 and 8+ in that game. So they're certainly capable, and we just felt like that was our best chance to win. Troy's a predominantly left-handed hitting lineup, how it works out, and they both threw the ball really well today. And we played good defense behind them too, so it goes hand in hand. When you're throwing strikes, which they did, and you're making plays behind them, then it's who's going to get a big hit, and we got the big hits today.
Coach, got a question from Zoom from Harry Minium. A lot of adversity that you guys faced this year and a really tough schedule, and how do you feel like that prepared you for this tournament?
Well, we did not play 1 game this year where we didn't get on a bus or a van to go to a game. And I don't know if everybody realizes how difficult that can be. I'm so proud of these guys. They never complained. They just kept playing, pedaling the bike and going. And when we play well, we got a chance to beat anybody, and it's just that way. And so we're used to being on the road. We're used to being a visitor, and it was no different today.
And then for Ben, you kind of go when your number's called, but were you surprised to come out of the pen today, or did you expect to throw?
No, I expected to throw. That was a game plan the whole time. Any close game, I knew I'd be coming after Dylan for the win.
Any final questions?
Pierce Yarborough for OU Athletics. You had to play the early game today, the first game of the day, but because you won, you get to play later on tomorrow. How much do you think that sets you up in terms of preparing?
Well, I'm sure they're going to all take a nap this afternoon. you know, it's the early morning at 5:30 a.m. wake up call, and you hate to have to do it again tomorrow. We wanted to stay out of that situation. So now they got a chance to rest, get off their feet, watch some other ball games, enjoy the ballpark and all the other parts of the tournament for the rest of the day. And then we'll have to, you know, tee it up against a really good team tomorrow as well.
Coach, one more for me. What did you think of the offensive performance as a whole? Obviously, Troy's got good stuff up and down your
Sure.
staff. But is there something you can think of you'd like to see a little more of as you guys move forward, or just your critique on the offense?
Yeah, we you know, we have to be opportunistic because we're not a great offensive club. Like, we have to, you know, scratch and get some hits when the time demands them. And you know, we got a couple like the double from Leet in the first gives us the lead. We get a 2-out bunt base hit that ties the game, and then Luke Waters with the big 2-strike. I thought that was a heck of an at bat off Dill. You know, he fouled some balls off, gets a slider that's up and hits it through the 6-hole for 2 RBIs. And you know, we felt pretty good then because we knew Dylan was going to go out there for couple more batters, and then we had Ben teed up, and that guy's, you know, when he's ripping and snorting out there, like, he's pretty tough.